Hey everybody, so it's Tia back to our channel again today. So today I have decided we're going to talk about jobs because everyone knows that our population is running out of jobs for everyone to have some. So what I'm thinking about talking about today is how to get a job because I'm not going to lie, I have gotten so many jobs this year but I've just left them or they just haven't been right for me. I've had about 5 jobs this year, so I don't want to seem up to myself, but every time I go for an interview, I always ace it for some reason. And so I just want to give tips out there for people that are not that good at interviews to give them some more confidence about it. So I have a couple of tips. Number one is your resume. You need to make your resume look really good. So on my resume, I have a lot of different things that I've done, but the thing is, on your resume, you need to make it short and snappy because if you have short resume, then when it comes to interview, then you have a lot more things to talk about. So my resume is only like 2 pages long, and you make sure you have good references so that they can talk about like you really good on the phone and stuff like that. And so for the first bit, you write a little bit about yourself, but you don't let your whole self, show on your resume. And so that I think that's the most important thing. So obviously you're handing that out first. You have to make a good impression, and cover letters are important as well. But I think just showing that you do have the qualifications for the job, even if you don't have qualifications, like even if you're realizing that you're really good at talking to people, write that on your resume. Like good communication skills with others, can work well in a team. You should write that on your resume, so then they know you work well in a team. I think the number two would be what you're going to wear to the interview. Um, I always wear the exact same clothes to every single interview, and I don't know, I think it's my lucky interview outfit because I always seem to get the job anyway. But I would recommend to wear, something that you feel comfortable in and that you know that will look nice. I do tend to cover up all my tattoos in the first interview. Um, if it's a job that think may not require to have tattoos covered, and because I have 3 and I've got 2 of them that can show really well, but the place that they are in are actually on my t-shirt, so yeah, so I don't think it actually matters really. But yeah, I would recommend like hide the cleavage, and makeup. Don't go over the top. Just kind of need to be yourself. I think I think it stopped. Sorry. Yeah, you just got to be really yourself. In an interview. Number 3, I think it would be making sure you're there 10 minutes early before it. Because I've been to interviews and even when I got the job afterwards, but I get there like 5 minutes early and they're like, you need to feel like this before you go in there. And they're like, I was like, oh shit, like, I don't have time to feel like this. You've been nervous about this whole interview thing. And I think also making sure you're really, really calm before you go to the interview because, so many people have so many different things to calm them down. I think my thing is just like, if I don't get the job, I don't get the job. But in my head, I'm like, I really need a job because I really need money. But it's just that as well. And I think number 4 would have to be always having in mind, like, the questions that they always ask you. Tell me about yourself. Everyone goes, oh, what do I say? You just think about, like, take a deep breath and be like, I know what I should. What do I think about myself? I really don't know. When I go to interviews, I'm just like, but then I actually, that's when I first started going to interviews. Now I'm just like, bam, 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 like, I did this, blah, 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 you know. But it's always good to give yourself more information in person instead of on paper because then they can actually get a feel for who you are. That's what I think anyway. But yeah, I've helped a couple of people with their resumes and they've gotten jobs because of it. Just because, I just wrote it out how I've written mine out and stuff like that. I think number 5 is also being, that you really wanting to work as well. It's not the fact that you know, everyone has to work, but the fact is, you know, it's reality. You need to work to get certain things in life. And I think that's what people need to, you know, if you're going for a job, then be like hell confident about it. Do your research on it, you know. Look for like research about the place before you go. Even if it's 10 minutes before. Like I've done that before. I've looked. Like, so what do you know about this place? I'm like, well, just looked 10 minutes before, but blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, oh, yeah, so you know a lot about the company. Yeah, I do. And then you go home after the interview, be like, what the hell did I just apply for? What the hell did I just get the interview for? Oh, you got the job. Okay, that's cool. Trust me, it's happened to me so many times. It's ridiculous. But yeah, just researching the job before. Um, you know, I just have those are all what I could really think about. But like, so many people struggle to get jobs, and I can totally understand that. Like, you know, it's there's so many people out there that don't have jobs. Like, I've worked on the dole before. You know, I know how that feels working for Centrelink, and then you know they're trying to help you get a job, but at the real time they're not really helping. They only get like people like from Job Prospect and Maytech. They only get like a good pay when you get a job. Like they get more money, so that's why they like do try to harder, but they don't really care what job. Like you know. But I think also studying, if you wanna, you know, I'm more of a kind of TAFE kind of person because like it's more hands on and you don't have to do it for so long as uni and then you get the job. You seem to get a job because you've got the experience. Like, because I was a care worker and I worked in disability, I get heaps of job opportunities, you know. And I think the fact is, you know, just knowing what you really want to do instead of going for these little jobs. But if it's going to make you get money at the time, then do it. Um, but yeah, that's what I could really say about job interviews. Is you just need to take a deep breath and then on your resume, make sure you don't write as much as you want to say in person because the more you have to say in person, the more they can find out about you and be like, oh, I really like this person, and then you get a job. So that's my intake on job interviews and resumes. If you like this video, so like and subscribe to me on my YouTube and leave any comments. Thank you so much. By the way, it's in black and white because I have no makeup on. Alright guys, see ya, have a good day.